Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. My name is Courtney and I'm going to be talking to you a little about healthy snacks for your children. So to start, we're going to talk about why snacks are important. We're going to go into how to choose healthier snacks for your children, how to get your children to choose healthier snacks, and I'm going to go over some healthy snack options and some foods to avoid. So why snacks are important. Basically, so from the years of 2 to 5 years old, the average child grows about 4 to 5 pounds a year and grows about 2.5 inches a year. So these are pretty important periods of growth for your children, and they're growing a lot, so they need food to be able to sustain that growth. Also, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but preschoolers have a lot of energy. And they are constantly exerting that energy all the time, so they need to refuel those energy stores by eating a lot. And little kids are small, so they have little tummies, and they can't hold as much food as we may be able to. So it's important for them to constantly be fueled so that they can have the energy that they need to play and to use their brains and to grow. So kind of a good equation to set you up for success with your child would be to have breakfast, a morning snack, lunch, an afternoon snack, and dinner. And this can kind of keep your child from becoming hangry. That's definitely one thing we want to avoid with our kids. So just to kind of keep them full throughout the day, and giving them or taking away the opportunity for them to become hangry and super hungry, so that they don't eat too much once mealtime comes. So here's some ways for you to choose healthier snacks for your child. One big thing is to try to avoid processed foods and added sugars. So a lot of the packaged processed foods, a lot of the foods that you find in boxes or packages like in the middle of the grocery store are the kind of foods that I'm talking about. A great place to start for snacks is fruits and vegetables. A lot of kids don't get enough fruits and vegetables in a day anyway, so by incorporating these into snack time, this can be a good way to get your child to eat more fruits and vegetables. It's important to have a variety of different foods, of healthy foods on hand at home. So like we said, start by choosing those healthier foods at the grocery store, keeping those healthy foods in your home so that whenever your child does get hungry or does want a snack, you have a variety of the different healthy foods at home for your child to have, rather than them reaching for like potato chips or cookies or something like that. So it's important to have options. You can teach your child to eat the rainbow, not Skittles. Talking about all different kinds of colors of fruits and vegetables like strawberries, blueberries, oranges, sweet potatoes, and just teach your child to explore all the different types of food, all different colors of food, because every color fruit or vegetable has different nutrients, and all the nutrients are important for our growing children. Another thing that you can do to choose healthier snacks for your child is to limit the amount of fruit juice that you give your child. A lot of fruit juices actually have a lot of added sugar, and they can cause tooth decay and cavities to form in your children, and it's just a lot of added sugar that they don't need. When you do give your child juice, try to make sure it's 100% juice as well. So some ways to get your child to eat healthy snacks, because you may do the work, get the foods in the house, but how do you get them to eat it? So a good way is to constantly encourage them to try a variety of foods. Try not to get stuck in the chicken tender hole. Try to have a variety of different foods on hand. In the house, whenever you go out to eat, just try to encourage them to try a different variety of foods. And one way you can do this is by offering choices. So instead of saying, hey, Timmy, do you want some broccoli? You could say, hey, Timmy, would you rather have broccoli or asparagus? That way they have a choice, and if they feel like they're the ones in control and making the choice, then they may be more inclined to eat it. That rather than if you just say, hey, do you want this? And they say no. Another important way to get them to eat healthy snacks is to lead by example. If you are eating cookies and you're asking your child to eat apples, apple slices, chances are they're gonna protest and they're gonna want the cookies. As we know, our children mirror things that we do, so it's important to lead by example with healthy snacks and healthy meals. This is just really important in all aspects of your child's life, just being a good role model for them. But it's very important with the food that they eat. They actually watch you guys a lot more than you think. So if you want them to eat healthier, sometimes making healthier choices yourself can lead you in the right direction. Another good thing to have them do is to just get them involved with the process. So have them pick out the fruits and veggies when you're at the grocery store or the farmer's market. Extra points if you can get them to a garden or a farm and have them see the vegetables and how they're grown, and they know the process. If they know where it comes from and how it's grown, how it happens, and if they have the option of choosing the food at the store and they're in control, they're going to be more inclined to eat that food. And same with the preparation. Try to get your kids involved with the preparation of the snacks. Obviously, you're not going to give your kid a knife to cut up apple slices, but maybe you have them scoop out the peanut butter or something like that, something along those lines. Just getting them involved really can help make them more interested in the snacks. So first I want to talk about some important foods to avoid if you are if your child is 4 or under. It's important to avoid foods that are smaller than a half an inch or about the size of a nickel. These foods are just a choking hazards for those kids. So like, although we may think of grapes or like cherry tomatoes as a healthy snack, they can be a choking hazard for young children. So just be careful with that. Also like round slices of hot dogs, chewing gum, peanuts or other nuts, and then really tough meats can also be a choking hazard. So now I am going to tell you guys some snack tips and some different ways you can use different foods to incorporate healthy snacks. So one thing that you can do is at the beginning of the week, slice some vegetables and just have them in the fridge ready for your kids to eat, like carrots, celery. You can have broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms, if your kid likes that, and then have like a hummus that your kid can dip the vegetables in. Also, you can make like a homemade trail mix type thing with, get some dried fruit, nuts, and popcorn, mix it all up in like a snack bag and have it for your kids. You could also do like a smoothie, put some fat-free yogurt and some frozen fruit into a blender and blend it up, and kids love smoothies, so that would be really great. You can give them a spoon and they will just go to town, and they're super yummy. They taste sweet because they have the frozen fruit in them, so that's a great option. Also, you could do a glass of milk. A glass of low-fat milk is a great nutritional snack for kids. It provides a lot of protein and some calcium and vitamin D. Another important thing to consider when looking for snacks is to look for whole grains. So like whole wheat breads, popcorn, oatmeal, stuff like that can make good snacks. And to try to kind of stay away from the refined grains like the snack bars and the cakes and like the Little Debbie stuff. Also, trying to snack on high protein foods. Some different types of high protein foods could be like hard boiled eggs. You could do like a string cheese, some nuts if your children are old enough to where it's not like a choking hazard. Those have a lot of protein, or nut butters. Also, another important thing to consider is to keep an eye on the size. So make sure you're not just giving your kid like a bag of popcorn and having them eat the whole thing. Maybe put some out on a plate for them so it's not too much. Another really quick and easy snack is fruit. All kinds of fruit. Strawberry, blueberries, oranges. I mean, the list goes on with fruit, and it's just really easy, one bite. And there's also some fun stuff you can do with some different kinds of food. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of ants on a log, but celery. Take a celery stick, put some peanut butter on it, put some raisins on top, and then it just looks like little ants on a log. Kids love stuff like that. So just try to get creative, and try to incorporate the fruits and vegetables and proteins, whole grains as much as you can. If you need another resource to look out, check out choosemyplate.gov. It's a great resource. Look at the preschoolers section. They have a whole section on healthy snacks, what your child should be eating, and all of that stuff. So you can check that out there if you would like more information. Thank you so much.